Hello and welcome to That Man. That is me merchandise, and this, well, it's that time I got reincarnated as a slime, volume 2. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if you are following the anime, this is going to be potential anime spoilers right now. I'm assuming this is going to start episode 7 or episode 8. I know last time I kind of said, well, I would expect it to go this beyond like volume 5 or 6. But no, they've actually done a really good job with the anime. They've actually spread out a lot of stuff. They've actually built on a lot of stuff. But yeah, this is currently further than the anime, so spoilers ahead, I suppose. And yeah, this is volume 2 of the light novel series. I know there's also a manga, which I'm assuming most people are reading, but yeah, I personally enjoy this. Originally it was a web novel, and then it went from web novel into light novel into manga into anime, so it's one of them ones. And this continues to follow Rimuru and his small but budding town of monsters, because this is when things start getting really interesting in the world building. Very early on he comes across a group of Oni, demons, kind of ogres and stuff like that with the horns, and he ends up recruiting them onto his side and, as of course, naming them. And so we get what I'm calling the main cast of characters. Now there is other ones like the other goblins, Gobta, who continuously reappears, the wolves, they continue to appear, but these are like the main characters of especially this volume as well, and upcoming as well, so keep an eye on them. So we have Shion, one of them two is called Shion. I'm not going to go too much in depth. We've got the old one, this one's like a ninja guy, this is like the leader of them, who doesn't really do anything specific. We have like the she's like the shrine maiden type character, and then we have what becomes the secretary, the boob lady of the series. Yes, I know they've got a few more boob ladies in the series as well, but because what happens is that the orcs are amassing, and this is the fight against the orcs, in that they are kind of like starving, literally starving, and they have this special ability where they eat and eat and eat, and they get the powers from the other characters that they eat. And they've already destroyed the Oni tribe, so Rimuru kind of helps them out, names them, and gets them under the wing. They are all really nice as well. They're all, because at first I thought, I was like, oh well, this like kind of looks like a bit of a demon enemy and looks like a big enemy and stuff like that. And it's like, no, he's actually really nice, and he's like, I love you, Lord, and stuff like that. And it's really over the top ridiculous. The girls are kind of like, this is like when the harem kind of appears. The two girls kind of fight over who's going to carry Rimuru in his slime form around. There is another character who appears in volume 3, I think. Yes, volume 3, Milim. She's in the opening and the ending, so it's not a huge spoiler. She kind of becomes like another one who's kind of interested in him. It's not overly harem, but it's kind of like, yeah. Apart from that, we get a lot of the world building stuff. One of the things I've seen people complain about with the anime is the world building side of things with the dwarves. They're like, oh, it's boring. You're going to love and hate this, because there's a lot of stuff for lizard men. Yes, remember the last time lizard men happened with Overlord. Different to that. And like you said, we get the orcs, we get the Oni, we get the treants, the trees, and we get a lot more different characters appearing and stuff like that. It's very much world building. I enjoyed my time with this book. It took a little bit of a while to get into compared to the first volume, but once I was into it, I was flying, and I felt like I got through this one a lot faster than volume 1. Like I said, the whole stuff with the dwarfs, for me, really slows it down. And I did go straight onto volume 3, and that kind of went straight, I was like hyped at the end of this, and then I went straight onto volume 3, and I was just like, ugh, it's slowed down again. So it's one of those series that when it gets good, it's really good. If you like world build and stuff like that, you will really enjoy. You will get a lot out of it. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of action, there's a lot of comedy, there's a lot of fun to still enjoy from this series. And I can definitely recommend it. If you're enjoying the anime, I would definitely recommend reading it. To be honest, the anime is doing such a good job so far. It's not skipping out on anything, so I can't really complain much about it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And honestly, I'm going to recommend it. I think this is going to go to the end of the first half of the anime. I'm going to say it's episode 12 or episode 13. There was a lot in here which the anime will probably go over in a lot more detail. There's a lot of fights. Obviously Rimuru versus these. We actually get Rimuru's human form as well, so that is brilliant. We get Rimuru, like you said, we get Rimuru versus these. We get Rimuru. We get the fights with the lizard men, we get the lizard men with the orcs, we get Rimuru versus the orcs, we get the more fights on top of that. There's a lot of world building, so there is a lot of stuff to cover. From the anime, I'm kind of gathering it's going to get up to the end of volume 4, which is actually out in December, so that means if you are reading ahead, you will get everything that is in these light novels. For what I gathered at the end of this, the web novel version of this series is complete. I did not know that, so I believe, well, I know the manga, I'm sure is on like volume 9, which is probably around volume 4 of this, so yeah, interesting. But yeah, it's very interesting on how it's going to go. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to read more, even if at the moment it is a little bit of a I'm getting through it to get through it. That's it from me. If you enjoyed this, why not check out my reviews on Goblin Slayer. It's another fun one. Another great one, if you like this, is How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. And if you want some fun stuff, how about Miss Executive Black General, or whatever it's just called. Hilarious series. Thanks for coming, and thanks again. Goodbye.